Everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game taking place here on Northern Isle. Romantic has spawned as the red human player on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Sock has spawned as the blue human player over here on the top right. Do you guys have game sounds? All right, my speakers are just apparently really low. All right, so let's get into this game here. Sock opening up with looking at a mirror match so far, and we'll see if it really deviates and how much it will deviate later on. I'm liking and I really enjoy the change with the use of the Blood Mage. Blood Mage has always been a bit of a fringe hero. You would see it occasionally, and but now as players are getting stronger and more comfortable, Blood Mage, Mountain King, followed by a Blood Mage, it makes a lot of sense. We've seen human try hero more as human players are going into tier 3 much more often than say 8 years ago. Is it 8 years ago? Oh wow, 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. Oh my goodness. All right, where does the time go? Archmage training up here. We're looking at Footman also adding into the battlefield. I did have a good Easter. So yeah, thank you very much. Footman now making its way out across the field. A little bit of scouting happening on both sides. 22 over 24 supply. And you can take a look. The build orders and the timing are pretty much near identical. Archmages coming out in both sides, opting to clear out creep camps. However, Sock going after the easier creep camp, and while Romantic going after the 5/4/4 Ogre Magi Tuskar Warrior creep camp. I 100% believe Siphon Mana is broken. What is the counter? It's a channeled ability, right? So a stun, right? A stun and entangle. Anytime you can slow down the unit, you can break the bond. You can you gotta tell me, what race you are, right? And if you're orc and you don't know how to stop a channeled ability, yeah, no. Raiders. All right, Murloc Huntsman going to go ahead and get that shut down there as we're looking at Footman, Archmage now retreating back. Invispot, Invulpot, Cloak of Shadow, Zeppelin, Tinker Rockets, and then Snare. Yeah, Raiders with Ensnare. If you're Orc, that is how I recommend you deal with channeled abilities. But it costs 10 mana and has long range. I thought it cost 25. Anyways, Romantic coming across here, finishing off the remainder of the Murloc Huntsman. There's a Footman coming in from Sock, looking on in from the north, as well as he's going to be back in there. Then use heroes with autocast arrows. Yeah, there is also that as well. You make mana less of an issue. Less of an issue. And, or if you, yeah, anyways. Plenty of discussions around the board. Sock opening up does have a town hall here and is going to go ahead and, try and defend as he speed builds this town hall here. Footman going to be throwing off, already engaging here. Sock only sitting at level 2 compared to Romantic's level 3, as the Archmage level 3 advantage should be able to have stronger water elementals dishing out more damage. All right, only level 2 water elementals still out in the battle here. One of them is an illusion, as this water elemental is trying to back away. Some militia are going to end up getting taken down, and can Romantic really make his opponent pay, but ends up giving level 3 to his opponent as well. All right, low hit point Footman about to get taken down. There goes another one. Beautiful focus fire from Romantic. Using the water elementals and the Archmage to get in a bit of range damage as well. Arcane Tower, what's going to end up happening here? Illusion going to end up getting taken down pretty quickly, as this water elemental now going to start to take some of that, illusion or that arcane feedback damage. Not quite sure what the official name of is it when it is just hitting a water elemental. Anyways, gonna go after those units again. There goes another footman, and beautiful, beautiful footmen are constantly getting taken down. Romantic doing a great job. However, Sock doing a great job as well. Romantic actually not that high of an advantage overall, as Sock is at almost at 3.5 2. All right, only a 20% difference between these two heroes in terms of experience, getting towards level 4, as expansion is already up and running and should give a big advantage to Sock here, economically speaking. However, we should be expecting Romantic to have a Mountain King as that second hero. No, goes for Panda, and going to be trying to put in the pressure faster by going into a Panda now and perhaps trying to shut down this expansion. All right, Archmage trying to back away. We are looking, the Sock does have the advantage now, as he does have a little bit more experience, but the tech advantage definitely belongs to Romantic, who has that Panda and is going to be trying to land Breaths of Fire onto all of these peasants here. All right, timing is going to be key. There's that Breath of Fire blowing over some of those units. Archmage sitting at level 3 here, only level 1 Brilliance Aura, not level 2, as additional Pandas are being thrown down, making it difficult to figure out which one is the real one, as the Archmage tries to run back. There's a Breath of Fire blowing over an additional footman over there. We're going to be seeing Archmage finishing off that footman once again, as the Panda may try to turn back around and get some damage onto these units as well. All right, Water Elemental coming in from the rear. Archmage, where is it? Archmage is back down to the south here, still running around in circles. Does have a Scroll of Regeneration to heal back up still continually, as the Water Elemental, not really getting in any of that necessary damage. All right, Footman Frenzy so far, as the Archmage still backing away. There's another Crystal Ball right there. I believe the healing was disrupted, and that is effective enough, as the Archmage going to drop in another Water Elemental to try and put pressure in here. All right, low hit point Footman down to 9 hit points, able to back away. Are we perhaps going to be looking at another Breath of Fire to try and land across all of these units? There's that Breath of Fire. The Panda needs to back up. No, not going to back up. Going to go head on into the battle now and lose all of that precious mana again. Archmage could be in a little bit of trouble. Loses that healing once more, as that Panda is really diving in deep. Romantic maybe overstaying his welcome, as there is an Arcane Vault here providing healing and mana to that Archmage, who should be able to drop in additional Water Elementals. Scroll of Town Portal finally being used here, as we are looking at a retreat back. Nearly at level 4. We are at keep. We are going to be following up with some additional priests. No, not really any sorceresses, as this heal is getting underway. Someone should calculate the effective hit points of a defended footman versus an archer. I bet it's like 800. Effective hit points of... All right, no, well... Upgrades matter a lot, so we could take a look at that a little bit later. When the DPS is 10, it doesn't matter. All right, coming back off to the north here, Archmage going to drop another Water Elemental. Footmen are right there. Panda going to get off a Breath of Fire, get some damage onto those trees or onto those Arcane Towers, as the Priests are trying to back away, and they're going to try and prolong this attack as much as possible. 2 Priests working together. Water Elementals already making their way over, trying to target down those Priests very, very quickly. Archmage trying to squeeze on through and will be able to break free. Meanwhile, the Panda at 54 mana going to end up getting pushed back here, and Sock is playing a beautiful game so far, just using so many mass footmen and somehow using footmen still able to counter a Panda with Breath of Fire. All right, we're looking at more dispels here. Water Elemental being dropped down there. There's a double level up. 1 priest getting a dispel magic off onto 2 Water Elementals, giving level 4 to the Archmage and level 2 to that Brewmaster. Talk about a sudden power spike. Sock now being forced to retreat back, knowing that not only is the Panda going to be coming in with Breath of Fire, it's going to be coming in more often, as we're looking at better mana regeneration because of that level 2 Brilliance Aura. All right, Panda coming back across over here. Water Elemental easily going to get finished off. There's a quick Dispel Magic, as the Priests are trying to heal themselves back up. Panda can turn back around, get a Breath of Fire across multiple units, as the Priests are still trying to retreat and run away from those Water Elementals, having a little bit of difficult time. Guard Towers from Romantic. Arcane Tower is not getting upgraded here, as the Panda could try and get off another Breath of Fire across multiple units once more. No, not adding up the damage. Not quite sure why. That's a pretty easy lineup. Just a very effective damage overall, as the Mountain King now joining in on the battle, coming in from Sock. Sock sitting at 51 supply. There's a Breath of Fire across multiple units. Footmen trying to retreat back out, as the Priests are still trying to heal themselves back up. all of those footmen could actually already be low on hit points if there was just more breaths of fire being used consistently. Arcane or Archmage is coming back across there. We are looking at another Breath of Fire Panda being forced to retreat back again, as there are multiple priests here, and that priest with magic damage may be able to take down at least one of those arcane towers. There it goes. Archmage coming back around, disrupting that healing. Mountain King, Stormbolt straight up onto a priest. Priest could end up getting taken down. Sock being very careful to go after the weakest, the glue that's holding this army together, and it is those priests constantly trying to heal up more and more units. Panda, well, not going to be able to effectively Breath of Fire Spellbreakers at all, as Scout Towers are going to get canceled as they're being upgraded to Arcane Tower here. Archmage trying to add in more damage, more Priest damage, adding it onto the Blacksmith here, as the Panda is still low on mana, unable to get Breath of Fire, wouldn't be able to Breath of Fire even if he wanted to, as, well, Archmage is already invulnerable. Teleporting back off to the north there. One footman there. Are we going to see some more damage? Archmage could turn back around. Spellbreakers going after the Archmage again. And, well, in comes some more militia as we are looking at Drunken Brawler as the second ability from the Brewmaster, getting in some critical strikes as well. Panda looking to back away, perhaps going to get a Breath of Fire across from those units who are trying to heal and disrupt that healing once more. Panda also very close to level 3 too. Human Mirror Tower attempt, yeah, Arcane Vault getting added in. There's a Breath of Fire adding in onto that Blacksmith, or adding in some bonus damage onto the Blacksmith. Spellbreakers now trying to push on forward. Panda now out of mana. Panda really wants to get to level 3 here. Will it be able to do exactly that? As we're looking at, well, one low hit point footman getting taken out pretty quickly. Brewmaster up to 40 mana, going to get backed away as Priest are going to, well, start to get focused down by on Sock's side too. All right, one Priest getting taken down. 44 supply compared to 53. Army sizes are about the same. And in this onslaught, well, Sock is mining a little bit more gold, but constantly being forced to repair. And so who is really having the economic advantage as Romantic gets up to level 5? Level 5 on the Archmage. Level 3 Water Elementals will be inbound here in just a moment. Panda turning back around, perhaps going to be able to get a Breath of Fire off, but there's not that many units to actually breathe fire on since they are magic immune. Stormbolt onto another Priest right there. Panda not having that great of a skill tree set, trying to go up and take down some of those Spellbreakers too. All right, what poor Peasant. There's a Breath of Fire going across multiple units. However, the Peasants, I think they were able to back away in time as the Panda loses a lot of precious mana once more. Brewmaster may try to buy some additional items here as well. Meanwhile, the Arcane Towers are providing cover against these other units as Spellbreakers are getting taken down. Mountain King is going to lose some mana. No, it is not. Peasants joining in on the battle to try and take down this town hall as the Arcane Tower are going to end up being lost. I thought these peasants were repairing for a second. No, that is not the case. Able to finally break Sock's expansion at the 13-minute mark. All right, one last Arcane Tower is left. 48 supply compared to 46. Stopping the opponent's expansion was absolutely key. But now, what is the follow-up play? No tech to tier 3, 49 supply compared to 46. Both sides, both sides pretty much looking fairly even, and you wouldn't have known about the crazy start just by looking at the hero levels and the amount of resources both sides have. During this time, Sock, retransitioned, refocused into trying to creep, and is now going to attempt to get to level 5 on the Archmage and level 3 on that Mountain King. Level 3 Mountain King, incredibly important. Level 2 Stormbolt, focusing down those priests are going to be absolutely critical. What is interesting, though, is that the Brewmaster's skill set, well, level 2 Drunken Brawler not going to really be, and Breath of Fire really not going to be that great, except when pressing into buildings. That's really when Romantic is going to have any sort of real advantage with that Panda, as we're looking at, well, Spellbreaker battles here in 2021. All right, Mountain King at level 3. Priest, is it going to get Stormbolted? Yes, there it goes. Going to try to get focused down. Spellbreakers are going after that target right there. Inner Fire. However, that can be easily stolen by the Spellbreakers as we see Control Magic, quickly being dispelled back away. All right, how do we see? How's there Inner Fire? Okay, Inner Fire was cast by was cast, and then there was a bunch of control magic. All right, so it just looked back and forth. I'm like, how is there inner fire? That makes no sense. All right, coming back around, breath of fire across multiple casters in the back. Brewmaster pretty much low on mana, and you cannot give access to Romantic to that back line of priests. That's the worst possible position. If the Brewmaster has access to those priests and is able to get a breath of fire across all of those back units, well, follow-up Spellbreaker damage just adds up incredibly quickly. Mountain King could be in trouble. Mountain King does have a potion of greater healing as well. It may be forced to be used, as we see a scroll of healing used right there. Panda is now still back off to the side here, continuing the chase once more. 50 supply compared to 55. Sock is currently sitting on a low upkeep. We are also looking at what control magic as well as the Panda is in that frontline spot and will be forced to back away again. Archmage has some mana. We can't drop another water elemental. We're still looking at more control magics back and forth, trying to fight in on this battle. And those... I can't count the number of control magics I've seen, but Romantic apparently coming out slightly ahead there, but it could just ultimately end up being dispelled after you control magic to get more experience. At that point, isn't it better to just try and dispel it? And if you dispel it, you instantly gain the experience, as opposed to allowing your opponent to go control magic ping pong back and forth. All right, Spellbreakers going after some units here. Mountain King could be in trouble. Potion of Greater Healing, Stormbolt onto a Priest, as that Priest is going to end up getting taken down. Panda still trying to fight its way through. There goes another Spellbreaker. 46 supply compared to 52. Still battling it up here as Spellbreakers are falling on both sides. Panda could get a Breath of Fire off. Why? There's the Breath of Fire, and then finishes off a Priest right there. Spellbreaker still trying to retreat back once more as the units are still trying to heal. Mountain King losing quite a bit of mana. Are we going to see a bash? Yes, a bash onto the Brewmaster as the Mountain King, well, able to create a little bit of separation. The lines are just nowhere drawn well at all as the Priest and more control magic ping pong going back and forth. All right, more water elementals being dropped back down, and multiple level 5, two level 5 archmages, another Breath of Fire, a drunken brawler still beating up on all of those priests in that backline as the Mountain King tries to heal back up once more. Spellbreakers looking to finish off more Priest. Archmage now running back off to the north here as Romantic escapes away at 46 supply compared to 49. Going to heal back up at this forward outpost and use that Scroll of Regeneration. All the priests, or many of those priests, lost one Priest of Romantic. Why is it still in the middle of the battlefield? Going to get storm bolted and get taken down, giving level 4 to the Mountain King. More priests getting trained up. Only 5 minutes of mining left here. Panda may try and get to level 5. We are looking at a little bit of damage. No priest. Oh, finally, a priest being brought over to get in a little bit of bonus healing as well. We are looking at Bloodlust onto the Water Elemental. Another, stun onto the Archmage here. Panda is not going to get to level 5 unless the Archmage decides to back away. It looks like the Archmage is doing exactly that now, as the Magnetar Reaver finally stunning that Brewmaster here. Magnetar Reaver down to, 70 hit points, finally going to get taken down. Unholy Aura on the Brewmaster, faster movement speed, Tome of Strength +2, and the Archmage needs to back away. However, reveals itself right there. Panda gets up to level 5 with level 3 Breath of Fire. And, both sides are engaging once more. Priest needs to escape away from the Water Elementals. 56 supply. Both sides now sitting in low upkeep as the Archmage, ventured in a bit too close there. Meanwhile, Mountain King sitting at level 4, getting closer to level 5, not yet quite there either, as we are looking at, do the Priest yet? No, the Priest only stole Inner Fire. No one is yet at Castle. Here we are. There's the engagement. Stormbolt trying to steal away all of that all of that Bloodlust and Inner Fire, going back and forth. Spellbreaker damage. There goes a Priest already, as Priest damage adds up very, very quickly. Or Spellbreaker feedback damage and damage onto a Priest adds up very fast. All right, Bloodlust on the Brewmaster, allowing him to chase back a little bit faster than I would have expected normally. Water Elemental coming back across there. There's some more Inner Fire being stolen back and forth here as the Panda gets off a Breath of Fire across some of those center units. Bash onto a Spellbreaker. Archmage gets up to level 6. Mass Teleport is now on the table, so Romantic will be able to move across the map very quickly. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability may be used. There's a Breath of Fire across many of the other Priests along the backside here. No, as there are no Potion of Lesser Invulnerability from the Mountain King. I would have thought that would have tried to use right there. Priest tried to dive in after, trying to take down a couple of those units as a mass teleport trying to get away here. Panda is going to give a departing Breath of Fire. No, it is not. And a Priest doesn't make the trip home. We are 19 minutes, 20 minutes into this game. Archmage of Romantic. Where is this Scroll of Town Portal? Going to go ahead and head back home there. I thought it was a break in the action. Instead, Panda, are we going to see a Breath of Fire? Yes, across all of those units, all tightly grouped together. Archmage could be in trouble, and Sock now trying to retreat back out. Mounting Archmage down to dead. Nope, not yet dead yet. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability transferred in time, down to 30 seconds. Breath of Fire comes back on through, finishes off more Priest. Panda still trying to fight its way through. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal try to escape back out? Could have perhaps tried to finish off some of those units. 43 supply compared to 48. And Sock, with a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability transfer, able to stay alive even while taking quite a bit of damage. Mountain King may want to transfer that Ring of Regeneration over to the Archmage as well. Normally, human battles that turn into breaker wars are not my favorite, but this has been a great exchange and a great mirror match going back and forth. We are low on workers at this stage. Only two lumber workers for both sides, as the main gold mines only have about 2 minutes of mining left. We may be going into long distance mining here. And what is also going to be key is whether or not Romantic can clear out this bottom right-hand creep camp and pick up that last red item from the Magnetar Reaver. If he's able to do that, the item advantage and maybe gold advantage can push him through, and that's exactly what he's looking to do right there. Breath of Fire across all of these units here. Priest are here as well, only at adept training. Still a little bit more mining going. 800 gold left as the Magnetar Reaver going to get taken down. What item will be dropped? Is it what War Battle Drums? Yep, 10% damage bonus for all of. We now have 3-1 upgrades. Archmage also doing a little bit more damage as well. Priest will be doing more damage as well. But, well, if your Priest are attacking, well, that's probably bad news anyways. Spellbreaker trying to retreat back, but a double bash coming in from that Mountain King, finishing things off there. Meanwhile, we're looking at trying to get more gold by taking down creeps. 46 supply, banking up to, 1,300 gold and counting. Gonna pick up a Gloves of Haste, perhaps for that Drunken Brawler, or Archmage could pick it up, well, since it is a range unit and can attack quickly. All right, there goes another teleport. Spellbreakers are right there, and in comes the engagement. Breath of Fire trying to finish things off. Archmage using the, Scroll of Town Portal to back away. Some peasants could get taken down. 1 peasant, 2 peasant, less than 10 hit points, still able to stay alive. That Spellbreaker tried to walk into that fight there. It looked like 2 peasants were lost, and that was it after all of that, as the Brewmaster inching closer and closer to level 6 himself. 49 supply. The army of Sock is significantly larger. That is going to be the big boost right there. Meanwhile, Arcane Vault going to get cleaned up once more. And still, Romantic is using opportunities to try and clear out, the remainder of these creeps. Arachnid's going to get taken down. Are we going to look? Mass Teleport going to head back the other way, and it's going to completely confuse Sock. Sock going to make its way over, looking for where his opponent is, not realizing, wait, no, my opponent is going to be walking straight up into my base right here, right now. There is a Sentry Ward keeping track and removing that Arcane Vault. Always important. Breath of Fire going to finish off 2 peasants right there, as the army of Sock now trying to walk back that distance. A beautiful head fake juke, allowing, the army to just walk on in here. Archmage is just going to say Mass Teleport. There's a Breath of Fire, finishing off some more peasants once again, and then getting out of that position. All right, what is the follow-up play here? Archmage, gonna go into low upkeep finally. Now needs to get in a little bit of lumber if he wants to attempt even an expansion attempt at all. Getting more Spellbreakers, and once these last couple of Spellbreakers join this army, perhaps Romantic will be ready for a fight. All right, fight now being brought over. We are looking at 2-2 upgrades compared to 2-1. But that Warsong Battle Drums does give a big damage bonus. No, it was sold? No, there he goes on this Archmage. I was going to say, no, it can't be sold. Panda now getting back across over here, try and chase Breath of Fire onto 2 Priests pretty quickly, and now in comes the engagement and the battle. Archmage going to turn back around. Mountain King. Stormbolt is going to have a Stormbolt bash right there. Panda trying to get off a Breath of Fire. Archmage now gets up to level 6, and without any easy way of being able to stop Mass Teleport from Sock. Sock is going to be able to move around the map pretty quickly and consistently. Spellbreaker's now looking to retreat back. Unholy Aura from Romantic able to close in on that distance quite a bit, as the Archmage still leading the charge right there. Mountain King. Oh, Breath of Fire finishing off perhaps a handful of Priests. There goes another Priest as well. 2 Priests quickly being lost as they were caught out of position. That Breath of Fire followed up by a couple of Spellbreaker attacks, more than enough to get the job done. Archmage separated from the rest of that army. That is going to be bad news indeed, as we're looking at Unholy Aura being the difference in this fight. That slightly faster movement speed, allowing the Spellbreakers to pick off many of those Priests that were trailing in the back. 63 supply compared to 53 right now, and I guess this is just one. I guess this game can be a sign of why Unholy Aura is hated by Todd so much. That movement speed, so powerful and often forgotten of ability. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability should be used here. Breath of Fire coming back across, and there's a Mass Teleport to reposition all of those units once again, trying to finish some units off. Archmage going to go ahead and try and Mass Teleport away as well, and it's going to be able to pick itself up and go. One Priest, well, a little bit too far away from all of the action. A couple of skeletal minions. These actually give gold. So at this point, all of these skeletal warriors are actually free, is actually free gold back to Romantic, who is now back up to 94 gold now. Perfect positional play by Romantic. Yeah, a great game still overall, and it looks like we are starting to run up to the end. There is no more mining, and Sock is down by about 15 supply. This is going to be a big enough deal, as we're looking at Peasants perhaps going to start trying to do some long distance mining to get a little bit more here. All right, are we going to get in position? Archmage getting Stormbolted. This could be bad news. Romantic gonna lose a lot here. Going to go ahead and try and staff a teleportation, or not staff a Mass Teleport. Mountain King tried to get a bash off to try and break up that teleport. No such luck, as the Archmage now with plenty of sentry wards can be able to get information all across the map. Well, nope, needs another sentry ward right there to know when his opponent is back at home. Level 6, level 5, level 6, level 5. Panda very close to level 6 though. Panda about to move forward. Only 3 priests in the back. There's a Stormbolt right there. Panda taking a little bit of damage, but not much to worry about, as the Archmage is still leading the charge. The number of priests is going to be the key thing here, as the Unholy Aura going to create a little bit of separation again across all of those units, focusing down some of those units. Are we going to see a Breath of Fire? The priest cannot be that far away, and that's the problem. If the priests are just too far away, an Archmage able to teleport back again, and another Spellbreaker, well, almost gets lost. Yeah, if the priests are too far away, then they're not doing their job. But if they're too close, the Panda's Breath of Fire will catch them, allowing the Spellbreakers to quickly finish them off. Yeah, one of these, it has to happen once. A bash should end up canceling a Mass Teleport, as the Water Elemental Archmage purposely backing away. Breath of Fire gets level 6 to the Brewmaster. But Archmage is in trouble. Archmage does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Is going to be able to be used in time. Trying to run around, trying to heal, trying to fight here. There's a bash right there. Archmage still trying to get healed up. There's a Stormbolt. Archmage gets taken down. Archmage of Romantic gets taken down. And without any real way to heal back up, that is going to be a huge loss. Mass Teleport now completely gone. And yeah, that was just one of those situations. Oh, is that priest going to end up getting, well, completely body blocked? Yes, it is. Losing another priest at this point and stage in the game is going to be horrible news, as the Brewmaster should have instantaneously gone into Earthstorm and Fire and cycloned the Mountain King to prevent any sort of Stormbolts. Right, by preventing the Stormbolt, that would have been a big enough deal. Scroll of Town Portal wasn't used in time. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability on the Brewmaster here. Are we looking at a resurrection on the Altar of Kings? No, we are not. All right, 51 supply compared to 37. Both sides are fighting. There's a Breath of Fire onto those units. Oh, It may not matter, though, as we're looking at Earthstorm and Fire, and you're going to get some damage. There's Cyclone onto the Archmage. Archmage could be in some serious trouble, and as long as Storm is there, Mass Teleport is going to end up working, trying to finish things off. There's that Storm again. Cyclone finishing it. Stormbolt onto the Panda, as we're looking at damage getting added on through. Is that Archmage down to 102 hit points? Is it going to get taken down? Yes, it does, and that is the GG. Earthstorm and Fire from Romantic. Being the main difference in that final battle. A beautiful game between Romantic and Sock, playing down up until the very, very end. That game taken from WarCraft Gold League 2021 Summer Season Pro Division. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.